Welcome, welcome. Looks so nice out today. Ah, so nice out. Wait till some more folks get in here and we're gonna get this topic started. In the meantime, let me just chill right here. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Keep streaming Lit Life too, y'all, on all streaming platforms. The hottest beat tape of 2025. Definitely my hottest one at the moment, because I'll cook up another one in no time. But in the meantime, let's see if I feel like anything from Lit Life too. Let's see. Shout out to all y'all TikTok fans out here. Y'all been running up clockwork. Yeah, I don't know if y'all can hear that. Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, y'all. It's pretty damn hot out here today, but just giving y'all a little content. It's so hot out here, y'all. I can't believe I agreed to do this. What was I thinking? Cause my skin is burning, 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 burning. Yeah, we streaming Lit Life too until more people get in. Welcome, welcome. Yeah. All right, we got some people in. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Young Bart TV, y'all. Happy Monday. If you just now tuned in to my channel, welcome, welcome. I do it all on this channel, but pretty much I'm just gonna give y'all a little rundown of what happened with the BET Awards 2025. First of all, thank you so much, BET Networks, for inviting me. I honestly can't thank y'all enough. I mean, really, like, I've been grinding to be an actor and stuff for years, and just to get an invite to the BET Awards 2025, man, I can't thank God enough. Said hi. What's up, Sanjay? Anyways, let me stay on topic, y'all. So, if y'all watching this BET Networks, I thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for inviting me out there. I truly can't thank you enough. So, let's get to what happened. The day of the event. So, first of all, my flight got in super late. Middle finger to you, Frontier Airlines. You are the worst airline in the world. I promise you. Like, Frontier Airlines won't be around the next 10 years, y'all. And Young Bart TV said that because what happened is my flight got in late because they canceled it when I got to my final destination. And then I had to basically spend the night at the airport. So I was terrified. I was like, bro, ain't no way in hell I'm going to make it in time for the BET Awards. But God works miracles. I got there on time. So shouts out to God on that. And so, me and my friend, we get to the airport and stuff, and we realize we're running out of time and stuff. So we try to go check into our hotel, which was also a problem because basically, since we got there the day after we were supposed to check in, they marked us as a no-show, and they wouldn't even let us check into our hotel. But screw them. We went and found another hotel, and now here's where shit gets real. They told us that check-in was from 12:30 to 3. So me and my friend got there like 1. We got there like 1:15 something, but they let us in, no big deal. But now let's get to the whole process. So, we were there to, we were invited to the show. There was a certain section we had to be in and stuff. And it's very easy to get lost. So if you don't find, if you don't follow the signs, or if you're not the type to get up when they tell you get up, then this type of event wasn't for you, because that's what we were there for. So we get there, and my seat was like in the very back of the event, which was no big deal, but I had a pretty good view of the show. So I get there, and we're there like 30 minutes before the show starts, and then next thing you know, bro, they tell us to stand and applause. We stood up, we applause, and then next thing you know, that's when they told us that we were about to start taping. And I'm thinking, what do you mean taping? I thought this was live. Well, I guess they started taping 30 minutes before the show actually started. So, no big deal. I get there, then Kevin Hart comes out, bro, and man, Kevin Hart, I was always down you, your comedic style growing up, but you are a funny guy, man. So Kevin Hart comes out and stuff, and he was just doing his monologue. He started throwing jabs at Diddy, Kanye. I was just like, damn, bro. I was like, this shit is so funny. I was like, but ain't nobody gonna believe I'm truly his. So I started live streaming on my Instagram, which follow me at YoungBart underscore underscore. If you you know, don't have any of my socials, because I had live streamed like pretty much the beginning of Kevin Hart's monologue. So after he had did his monologue, he had introduced the first award of the night. I can't remember what it was, but I just remember, it was so cool to actually be at the BET Awards, because growing up, I watched the BET Awards with my family and stuff. So, being there, you see it's like a big stage, and, there's this big monitor in front where the cameraman points to people in the audience and stuff. And then there's another section where there's something else going on. And at this time, that's when they were doing like a 106 in Park tribute, because I guess 106 in Park was on their 25-year anniversary too. So that was kind of like the theme of this year's BET Awards. But so, they did the 106 in Park tribute, which was really cool. They brought out Bow Wow, Ashanti, a bunch of OGs from the BET Awards and stuff. I mean, from 106 in Park. And it was just real cool to witness in person. But what I will say I've noticed about award shows and stuff is typically like every cameraman has a duty. Like there's one on the left side, there's one on the right side, then there's the main cameraman. So like when you actually there witnessing it, we don't get to see how TV sees it. And I just thought that was so cool to like see, them break down sets, and then, immediately jump to the next scene. Then also when it goes a commercial break, that's kind of like your time to use the bathroom. So, if you ain't the type to use the bathroom really quickly, you might get locked out, because once that announcer comes on and she says it's time for us to get in our seats, if you're not sitting down, they got the right to kick you out. Or, if you're not in that door, you know, when it's time, they have the right to kick you out. So overall, I'll say it was just so cool to witness. Now, as far as the performances, you know, the show went on for a really long time. I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 hours. I mean, I couldn't tell because I was there all night, dressed up fresh as hell. But the performances were pretty dope. I would say my favorite performances was Lil Wayne. Even though his performance was real short, it seemed like he just kind of did 2 songs and then got rushed off stage. I like Lil Wayne performance. I like the Jamie Foxx tribute they did. Snoop Dogg really killed it. Kirk Franklin was pretty dope. For the most part, I will say they didn't really do too much modern day hip hop at the BET Awards. It was kind of like the OGs, the vets and stuff, and then it was also kind of like, Mariah Carey. It didn't feel very hip hop this year, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's just there was no modern day acts to really set it up. I mean, they did do a Playboy Cardi performance, which was pretty cool the way it got set up. Kai Cenat and Drewski and Kevin Hart, they all came out, and I also started live streaming for that when I was on Facebook, and that was pretty cool. But I will say Playboy Cardi's performance was very lackluster, because one, he went a little too hard with the auto tune on the mic, and then two, like one of the songs he performed was called "I Rather Lie" with The Weeknd, and I really like that song, but like I don't know, it just sounded kind of whack live, you know. The effects and stuff that he did were really cool. I mean, there was nothing wrong with that, but it's just like the way he went about performing it, it just came out kind of whack to me. And I even remember saying that shit was so whack, and one of the security guards heard me and nodded his head and agreed with me. And I was afraid he was about to kick me out for saying that, but he wasn't even tripping about that. He he was in agreement with me. So overall, I could say with the BET Awards, the performances they were okay, but like I just feel like they could have mixed a little bit more of the new school in with it. But truth be told, as a music producer, I don't too much care for the modern day music scene. Nowadays everybody's just sampling, making microwave music, and just making songs that don't really have much replay value, or maybe it does have replay value, but it's kind of like nonsense. So like I'm not upset that they didn't do much modern day music, but I just feel like being that it was the BET Awards, they did kind of in a way have to keep up with modern day times. But if I could give the show a rating out of 10, on a non-biased level, I'll give it a 10 out of 10 because I feel like they didn't let nobody down. They gave us a 106 in Park tribute, even though not all the hosts were there. I know Terrence was there. I don't think Roxy was there. AJ, like most, get what I'm saying? Like, even though all the original hosts and stuff weren't there, I mean, they still did do a good job of keeping their word. So I would give the show a 10 out of 10. Kevin Hart, you were a great host. The performances, like I said, they weren't bad, but I just wish they could have touched a little bit more on the modern day scene. The awards that they were giving out, everything was on point. Kendrick won Album of the Year, no surprise there. I think Doechii won Best Female Hip Hop. That was a good moment too. SZA won an award, so like they definitely got right. The awards itself. It just the only critique I can honestly say is I don't feel like they touched enough on the modern day music scene with the performances. But overall, my experience, I had a great time. Just to know that I was invited to the BET Awards, because truth be told, y'all, I'm a struggling actor. I still haven't gotten a speaking role. I've been in a few Tubi movies. I've done a few magazine covers. I mean, I've even done a few cameo appearances for stuff, but like, I still don't have a speaking role. And the fact that BET invited me, and I showed up for the BET Awards, that right there made my whole life. Like, not just my year, but it's made my whole life. Like, I don't think there's anything else I've done in my life that has been as dope as going to the BET Awards and being invited to it. So again, BET Networks, I thank y'all for inviting me. Y'all supporting my wave, and I hope good things come out of this. I hope I can make more award show appearances. I hope, some TV production company does call me up one day and want to work with me, or movie company, because I know God is telling me something, despite all the craziness that's going on in 2025. Because truth be told, this has been a crazy year, y'all. I'm not gonna touch too much on the protests and stuff that's going on, but like there's definitely some stuff happening in this world that we all need to get involved on and not oversleep. Because I don't even know if World War III is officially started or not, but I've been seeing lots and lots of posts about it. But overall, I'm blessed to see the way 2025 is going for me. I mean, I really hope something good comes out of this going to the BET Awards. Definitely my friends and family are very happy for me. All my old bosses and stuff. Everyone has been showing me lots and lots of love. And shouts out to my friend I traveled on a trip with. Thank you for getting me there and back safely. So, I had a great time, y'all. But unfortunately, I didn't really have any camera time on the BET Awards. Not that that matters. I mean, just being there to witness it was good enough for me. So I don't care that, I didn't have any camera time. I mean, like I said, the producers and stuff were there to mostly pan the camera on celebrities and stuff. And I'm not saying I'm not a celebrity, but, not enough people know me for me to have that moment yet. So, if you do watch the BET Awards, don't expect to see me on any scenes. No big deal, but I have tons of pictures on my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook. So check me out. My Instagram is YoungBart__. My Facebook is Daquan Piner, and overall, y'all, I want to say this is definitely the dopest experience I had in my life. And if I could do it all again, you best believe I will. I want to go to the Grammys one day. I definitely want to go to the Kids Choice Awards one day. I want to see how it feels to be slimed. So if any of y'all out there watching, I hope I get an invite to the next award show, because I had a great time and I'll do it all again. But it's getting a little hot out here, y'all. So I'm about to head back inside. Thank y'all for always supporting me. Young Bart TV is here to stay. Expect some more content from me soon, and check out my latest content. I went to see Lil Baby's concert in Atlanta. I went to the BET Awards. I went to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. So I got a lot of content for y'all if you just now clicking into my channel. And of course, support my old content. You know, I've been doing this for 4 years now, and I don't plan to stop anytime soon. So that's all for today's live. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with all your peers, and of course, ring that